Welcome back to Old War Stories with Uncle Jay. Well, here we are, wearing the pool shirt, but in the same location as last time. It's just about this close to pool opening time, so I figured I'd break the shirt out. Of course, you're seeing this well later than all of that because of the way these are recorded. I'd like to be outside, but it's just a little cool out yet to be doing that. We're not quite there, but we're close. Anyway, this one is entitled My Childhood Dreams Were Shattered. I would imagine I was in about the first grade at this time, probably somewhere around 1986, something like that. And my father and I were at a shopping center not far from his house, just a few blocks from his house. And it's sort of like a U shaped thing. And I've mentioned this shopping center before. There was like a barber shop and a couple of banks on one side. Then there was a supermarket. And then on the other side, there were a number of restaurants in that. Well, one of the restaurants that was there was called La Stella. It was a Italian place. They were pretty much, I think, the best Italian food I've ever had. And I was like really young. Didn't even know what it was. They had like a cheesy garlic bread kind of thing that they would just put out on the oh my god. To this day I remember that. And they had the old school like cigarette machines in the front, where you pull the thing and that they had matches that said La Stella on them and that. Well, anyway, my father never took us to restaurants, or well, really that restaurant, I should say. But I used to go there with my mother and grandmother often, probably once a month, easily. Well, anyways, for whatever reason, my father and I had to walk along that side of the shopping center. Don't remember what it was. And at the time, I really liked birds. I was in the first grade, so whatever. Um, on the ground was a pigeon that was in really bad shape. It had been injured or something, I don't know, and it looked half dead, and I was extraordinarily concerned because I had this affinity for birds, and I was in the first grade, and like the world's going to come to the end to the end if this bird dies, and I had to figure out, So I said to my dad, I said, we have to save him. We have to save him. And my dad noticed the urgency in my voice, and there happens to be at the end of that row a gas station, and he found a cardboard box or something in their dumpster or garbage can or something. Found a cardboard box somewhere, and we scooped him up in that. And we had walked to this shopping center. Again, it was only about 3 or 4 blocks, but now time was of the essence. So, anyways, we walk it back home, and that was that. And I'm like extraordinarily concerned. We have to take him to the bird hospital. We have to take him to the bird hospital. Now, to get my dad to actually get in the car and drive somewhere, that's an event. We'll put it that way. If he's going to go somewhere, he has to go to 10 different places. So it wasn't a wasted trip. In other words, he can't just go to the library and come home. He can't just go to the grocery store and come home. He can't just go to I'll use a place he wouldn't use, the cleaners, and come home. He would have to go out and go to the library, then go to the cleaners, then go to the store, and then come back home. He won't just take one trip out and back, even if he doesn't need to do anything else. He just won't leave the house then. So now this was an event because he had to get in the car and make a special trip. Now, regardless or not of whether we made stops on the way home, I don't know, but that's not part of the story. But we actually got him to take the car out. Was very impressive, especially when I was just a little bird twerp in the first grade. So we get in the car and we drive to, ironically enough, this animal hospital that was a place that ended up being, oh, maybe a half mile from where Tiny Middle was back in the day. That has since closed up, and I think it's one of those buy, sell, trade gold places kind of type thing. You know, we buy and sell gold kind of places that is going to rip you off. Anyways, we bring this bird in, and I'm sure they had called first. But anyway, we bring this bird in, and the my mother stays back, and my father was there, and I don't remember if he went in or something, but the doctor there was going to look at the bird and whatever, and my mother made me wait in the waiting room, and a few minutes later it came back, and I was told that the doctor is going to take care of the bird, and he's going to get better, and he should be back in business by next week, and then he's going to release him back to the wild so he can join all the other birds in that. And I said, oh, that's just the greatest thing that could ever happen. I'm so glad the doctor is going to take care of this bird and everything is going to be fine. And even though it was just a pigeon and that, and we gave him a little, I remember the car ride there, we gave him a little, like, something to drink, like a little thing of water or something. And he actually did nip at it a little, I remember, because I had him in a box on my lap. And anyway, the doctor will take care of the bird, and he'll release him back to the wild, and he'll join all the other birds, and that's all great. So we left, and whether or not we made other stops on the way back, don't remember. It doesn't matter either way. Anyhow, if you fast forward now, oh, I don't know, 34 years, something like that, someone in my brain said, huh, I wonder if my parents remember that. And I got my mother on the phone. And I said, do you remember that whole thing with the bird by La Stella and that? And she's like, yeah. I said, whatever happened with that? She said, the guy at the animal hospital threw it in the fucking garbage as soon as we left. And my childhood dreams were shattered. Can you fucking believe that? 34 years I was strung along, that everything worked out with this whole thing. And then she tells me that. Now, why I didn't think of it on my own, I don't know, but I did think to ask. And my childhood dreams were shattered. Now, looking back, I mean, I get it. I understand. It's a pigeon. Who gives a fuck? The thing probably was really hurt or whatever, and there was no chance it was going to survive. And this happens in nature. That's that. And you just don't do anything for it, and nature will make another one at one point somewhere, and that'll take its place. And that's that. You know? It was simple as that. But it was just how I was strung along for all of these years, only to have my childhood dreams shattered. That was really nice. So, yeah, I was just left like, gee, fucking thanks. Really. Yeah, and I still made it without committing suicide somehow. That was kind of strange. Anyway, thanks for watching this installment of Old War Stories with Uncle Jay. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.